Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Kate. I love all things makeup, beauty, skincare, and fun. Today we're going to be going over the beautiful products that I love this month and the less than loved products this month. If you enjoy these kind of videos, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel down below, and without any further ado, let's get into it. All right, so we're going to start off strong with some of the products that I was absolutely loving this month. So we'll start with this one here by Natasha Denona. This one is not new. This came out, I believe, several years ago. This is her Love Glow Cheek Palette. As you can see, mine has been well loved over the last couple of years. This one is a really beautiful, beautiful highlighter slash blush topper shade. This one right here is more of a cream product. You can see I have a significant dent in that one. Same with this one. This one just glides on beautifully onto the skin. Each formula works really well. I would say the least punchy color slash formula is going to be this highlighter shade right here. It's just a little bit more subtle on the skin. So if that is like something that you don't love, maybe this palette isn't for you. However, I find that this shade right here carries such a punch that it's actually kind of nice to have a little bit more of a subtle shade in this palette. Love this. Sticking with cheek products, I loved this trio here by Lethal Cosmetics. So this is a trio that I created myself. However, I had forgotten how much I love their powder and shimmer products. So I am not sure that I can honestly get these out of here without breaking them. Let's see. I cannot get these out of here without something a little bit more specific like tweezers. However, I loved these products this month. I really found myself digging into this bronzer and this blush. I used the highlight a couple of times, but to be honest, for highlight, I was going into my Natasha Denona palette or the other highlighter that you'll see here in just a moment. But the bronzer and blush this month really knocked my socks off. These are a little bit more cost effective, I think, than some of the other high-end alternatives. Lethal Cosmetics is an indie brand and they are based out of Germany, but I 10 out of 10 would recommend their face products. As I mentioned, there was another favorite highlighter this month. This one here is by Glamlight Cosmetics. This is their Pina Colada highlighter. I actually think this is on sale right now, but I just think this is such a beautiful, beautiful formula. It's that light champagne-y gold, and it's one of those that you can really build up to be more intense if you want. You can see this is the Pina Colada, and then this one is Natasha Denona. Natasha Denona is definitely a little bit more peachy, where this one is a little bit more champagne gold, but it's one of those buildable formulas that's not going to be chunky. It's not going to have hunks of glitter. It's going to be really smooth, beautiful skin-like shimmer on the skin. And if you love that new Rare Beauty one, I think this one definitely you can build to be that same blinding, stunning highlight. The last cheek product I have is a repeat. This is by Westman Atelier. This is their contour stick in the shade Biscuit. This is, in my humble opinion, the perfect contour shade for my skin tone. It really is a cool toned, neutral contour shade, and so consequently I feel that I can really sculpt my face in a way that is going to be more flattering for me and in a way that I really prefer for my makeup to look. I think that this is a bit expensive for what it is. However, they did come out with a mini. A little bit goes a long way. It's super easy to blend, and I can't say enough good things about this. I think, yes, it definitely is more expensive. Is it necessarily worth that super high price tag? I don't know. I think you're going to have to make that call for yourself, but I'm really happy to have this in my collection, and it's one of those products that I will definitely repurchase when it's no longer in my collection. For complexion, I have several products. We'll start with this one here, but this is by Makeup Revolution. It's their IRL Filter Finish Concealer. I have mine in the shade C2. I have been loving this month. I find that this is going to be medium to more full coverage, and the doe foot on here is, I think, like the real star of the show. It's super flexible, and consequently you can really get in the nooks and crannies. I find that this blends out beautifully and wears really beautifully throughout the day after I set it. So I think for under $10, this is a really great concealer option, and personally I don't think you'd be disappointed if you enjoy a full coverage, more matte concealer. For baking the face, I have been using my Huda Beauty setting powder. This is in the shade Sugar Cookie. This powder, for reasons unknown to me, has been so hard to get our grubby little paws on. I have a couple of backups en route because I'm just nervous that they're going to change the formula or they're going to discontinue this, and this is my favorite setting powder of all time. This month I tried a couple of new foundations, and this really did a great job of allowing those foundations to shine throughout the day. But I don't mean literally. I have combination skin with a really oily T-zone, so it's really important to me to have a more mattifying, long-wearing setting powder on top of my foundations, and this one, it never lets me down. Didn't let me down this month when I was trying some new foundations, so I cannot recommend this highly enough. This does have fragrance in it, so if that's something that bothers you, maybe you won't love this one. However, I hear through the grapevine, I think Michaela on TikTok said that they are looking to take away the fragrance. So certainly, as soon as they do that, I will be happy to let you guys know. But in the interim, if you can tolerate the fragrance, this is the GOAT of setting powders. For foundation this month, I was really loving this one by Westman Atelier, which is so funny because when I first tried this product, I did not love it. However, I think mixed with my primers and my setting spray, which I'm about to talk about in a moment, I think this really allowed this product to shine. This is their foundation stick. Let's see here. I'm unsure of the shade. It looks like maybe it's Atelier O, but I'm not confident. At any rate, I do find that this product is rather emollient in the way that it glides really easily onto the skin and it blends out really beautifully on the skin. I just think that mixed with a more hydrating base, this gives a really full coverage skin-like finish to the skin, and it's really easy to blend out with a sponge or a brush. I do prefer a brush with this one just because I find that I get a little bit more full coverage, but either way, using a sponge or a brush, whatever your preferred method is, I think that this is really easy to blend out because it is a little bit more emollient. However, that being said, I did not find that this broke down or moved around on my face throughout the day. I am somebody that sets their face, so that's important to note. I cannot attest to how this wears without being set, but I do set my face, and I found that this looked really beautiful on a hydrated base. The last product I want to talk about this month is this one here by Neutrogena. This is their hydrating setting spray. I have been using this both to prime and to set my face, and I really have been enjoying it. Not only is the sprayer on this actually really quite nice, however, it also does a nice job of leaving my skin feeling really hydrated, really set, allowing my makeup to lock in, but it does not create a super glowy, super dewy, greasy looking finish. Sometimes I really want that. Sometimes I'm really in the mood for a super glowy, super dewy base. But this time of year in the winter months, that's usually not what I'm going for. So for me, this does a nice job of taking care of my skin, setting in my makeup, but not creating too much hydration so that my face is like melting off my face. I did have a couple of products this month that are just not it. So the first one is these by Revlon. These are their Color Stay Brow Lights. So let me show you what the trouble is here. So it comes with this pomade side that is more of a natural shade, but then it also comes with this super highlighty shade. And what's hard is that really what I want and what I appreciate is this pomade side that has a natural color, but when you put it on, it broke. For starters, it just broke on me. But my point is when you put it on, what you end up getting is definitely more of that highlighty side, and the highlighty side does not look natural. I think I know what they were going for, and I think they're trying to replicate the natural shine that people have on their eyebrow hairs, but this just isn't it because it's glitter. It's not natural. So that is it swatched, and it literally looks like a glittery eyeshadow. I just can't in good faith recommend these. I cannot honestly fathom how these made it out of production. And somebody said, yep, those look good. They're just not good. The formula as far as like being emollient and like spreading onto the eyebrows, that makes sense. I think if they had left out the shimmer part, they could have had a winning product on their hands, but unfortunately, they put that like gold shimmer, and it literally, right here, looks like an eyeshadow topper. It does not look right. The next product I want to talk about is incidentally also eyebrows. This is by E.L.F, and this is their brow lift. So the product itself worked fine for me until It all started with a couple of dots down here that I don't even think you're going to be able to see, because suddenly my entire pot is like covered in these disgusting white chunks or white dots. Mind you, I have had this for maybe 3 months. Maybe 3 months. I have not used this. I have not touched this until this month. And before I had even touched it, it had those little white dots starting to form. I think it's the product starting to solidify, but it's just kind of creepy. I don't know. There's a couple of spots in here you can probably kind of see where I can get some clear product out. And the thing is I like this product. So it's actually pretty frustrating to me that this turned so quickly, because it's a product that I like, and it's also a product that I hear so many people raving about, and no one else is having this experience. So I don't understand why mine turned so quickly. I will repurchase it just to give it a second chance, but I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about it because I was kind of frustrated. The last product I want to talk to you about, the formula is not bad by any stretch. The color is all wrong. This is by Kimchi Chic, and this is their Thaler bronzer. I do like this. I just think that this is going to be better suited for me in the summertime. What I'm finding is that it comes off a little bit harsh, and a lot comes off all at once. So what happens is that when I lay it down, it's like a little bit too concentrated in one area. It's also like very yellowy undertoned, and you can see I'm like blending it, and it kind of stays concentrated in that one area and isn't really wanting necessarily to blend. So I don't think it looked terrible on my skin. I just wasn't a favorite this month. The color is like too yellowy orangey for me right now. So I'm going to hold on to it and just try it again maybe in the summertime and see if it's one that I can get to work when I have definitely more of a tan, because right now I am like translucent. So not necessarily a bad product, but something that I'm definitely going to keep my eye on, especially because when you go to blend it out, it really just kind of stays right where you initially put it. So I'm not sure if the formula is going to totally be for me, but I want to give it one more chance. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It would mean so much to me if you would subscribe to my channel down below. As always, please stay happy, stay healthy, and stay blessed, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.